my blissful selves. Today, let us know in brief about silence and about great silence. Generally, silence means the silence of the talk. But a great silence means silence of the mind. So there is the knowledge of the three states, that is waking, dream, deep sleep, and turiya is of the mind. In the state of turiyatita, there is no mind, and this is the state of great silence. So the Paramatma is the substratum for all these four states, and the state of Paramatma is the state of great silence. To become one with Brahman is the only great silence. In a deep sleep, we have become one with Brahman, as it were. But in Jnana Samadhi, we become one with Brahman. In a deep sleep, everyone becomes one with Brahman, as it were. But one doesn't know this. Through Maya Vritti, there are many types of silence. That is the silence of talk, the silence of mind, the silence of organs of knowledge, and the silence of organs of action. These sensory objects are there outside, but we should not see them. This is called the silence of eyes. There are words outside, but we should not listen them. And this is called the silence of ears. There are perfumes outside, but we should not smell them. So this has been called as the silence of nose. There are tasty objects outside, but we should not taste them. This is called as the silence of tongue. There are objects of touch outside, but we should not touch them. This is called as the silence of skin. There are hands, but we should not do any action by the hands. So this is called as the silence of hands. Then there are the legs, but we should not do any action by legs. So this is called as the silence of legs. So there is the mouth, but we should not talk anything. And this is called as the silence of mouth. So there are genital organs, but we should not involve in sex. So this is called the silence of genital organs. We should not talk anything, and this is the silence of mouth. The body is there, but we should not do any action. This is the silence of the body. We should not nod our head. We should not write anything on the paper or on the wall or on the board. We should not notify anything by bodily movements. So this is the silence of body. What is the mind? Usually it has been told that sankalpa vikalpatmakam hi manaha. The mind is that which has likes and dislikes. So when we like a particular object, and if we don't get that, so there is unhappiness. And if we dislike some object, and if we get that object, so the mind becomes agitated and there will be unhappiness. So the mind has the body consciousness, and giving up the body consciousness is the silence of the mind. If a body consciousness is there, so there is unhappiness. So giving up the likes and dislikes and giving up the gross body consciousness has been called as the silence of the mind. So there is the intellect, and that intellect determines whether we have to do a particular action or not. So giving up the action of the intellect is called as the silence of intellect. Then there is the chitta. The action of the chitta is remembering the things, and giving up the remembering action of a chitta is called silence of chitta. Then there is the action of ego. So the action of ego is to know whether one does a particular action or not. So giving up the action of ego is the silence of ego. If we attain the silence of the body and the silence of talk, but by this we cannot attain the silence of the mind. So the silence of the mind is the only real silence. So all these, that is the gross body, the organs of knowledge, the organs of action, the mind, the intellect, the chitta, and the ego, these appear on the substratum of Brahman. When the mind becomes one with the Brahman, so this is called the only silence. So if we talk, we quarrel. And if we gossip or argue with anybody, so there will be quarrel and there will be unhappiness. If we quarrel, there is unhappiness. So what we have to do is, so we have to give up talking. So the words are just like the arrows. They cause even the death of the human beings. The words hurt the mind of the human beings. So Basavanna, he has told rightly that the words are diamonds. Generally, there is quarrel in every house. If one becomes angry in the house, and if others remain calm, so there is no quarrel at all. We have to mention the time of our silence to others so that they cannot meet us at that particular time. And there will be no quarrel at all. So we have to explain the importance of silence to the members of our family and to the members of other families also. If we climb the hill of great height, who will come there and quarrel with us? Even if we sit on the hill, but the thoughts of the whole world will be in a position to enter our mind. That means we are sitting in the village or town only. If we have to remain silent, we have to lessen our desires. And if that is the case, we have to change our way of life. We have to change our food. We have to change to lead a simple way of life and a high way of thinking. So by this, we can attain the silence of the mind. And when we attain the silence of the mind, we will be permanently happy. By this, I end my talk.